Hello, my name is Rachel, UR14CS081, and this is my second assignment for Fundamentals of Human and Computer Interaction. So I'm going to be talking about the interactive device that is the touchpad. So we all use touchpads like on a regular basis. Being computer science students, we use laptops almost every day and we use the touchpad. So I'm going to be talking about the touchpad. So let me start with what a touchpad actually is. A touchpad or trackpad is a pointing device featuring a tactile sensor, a specialized surface that can translate the motion and position of a user's fingers to a relative position on the operating system, that is, made output to the screen. So basically what we do, as you can see now, I'm using my touchpad to move the mouse over the lines here. So basically whatever movement I make on my touchpad, it reflects on the output screen. So let's see how this happens. Touchpads are common features of laptop computers and are also used as a substitute for mouse where desk space is scarce. Because they vary in size, they can also be found in personal digital assistants and some portable media players. Wireless touchpads are also available in detached accessories. So this is the basic information about touchpad, and I'm going into the operation and function of touchpad. So how does this touchpad actually work? Touchpads operate in one of the several ways, including capacitive sensing, resistive touchscreen. The most common technology used as of 2010 entails sensing the capacitive virtual ground effect of a finger or the capacitance between sensors. Capacitance-based touchpads will not sense the tip of a pencil or other similar implement. Gloved fingers may also be problematic. So as we know, in our mobile phones, the touch screen that we use, it's called the feather touch nowadays. It's really sensitive. It has access. I mean, it has options that can even help you access your mobile phone using gloves. So, but when it comes to the laptop touchpads, it might not be as sensitive as the mobile touch screens. So if it is a capacitance-based touchpad, we might not be able to use pencils or gloved fingers. So, but nowadays we have really smart laptops where we have a screen which is a touch screen. Laptops have touch screen nowadays. So we have pens. As if you take Samsung into account, we have S Pens that easily have. I mean, they are the devices that helps you to interact with the screen. So while touchpads like touchscreens are able to sense absolute position, resolution is limited by their size. For common use as a pointer device, the dragging motion of a finger is translated into a final relative motion of the cursor on the output to display in the operating system. So basically what I explained is that the same thing. As you can see, the dragging of this mouse is just as a relative motion of the cursor. It works similar to that. The touchpad is just like a substitute for mouse. So analogous to the handling of the mouse that is lifted and put back on the surface, hardware buttons equivalent to a standard mouse, left and right buttons are positioned below. So as you can see, I'll demonstrate how it works. So this is my left click. So like how a normal mouse has a left click button and a right click button, I can just use my touchpad and click it on the left, and I can just drag and select the stuff I want. And similarly, the right click button, this is how the right click button works. The function is just the same as that of the normal mouse, like how a normal mouse works. So some touchpads and associated device driver software may interrupt tapping the pad as a click. So as you can see, this will be made as a click. I just tapped my pad. I did not click. I did not press down the button. I just tapped my touchpad, and that is interpreted as a click. And a tap followed by a continuous pointing motion is a click and a half can indicate dragging. So I'll demonstrate it here. This is a tap which is followed by a continuous motion. As you can see, it is demonstrated as dragging here. To select, one presses down on a touchpad instead of a physical button. To drag, instead of performing a click and a half technique, one presses down while on the object and drags without releasing pressure. So if I can also do it this way, I can just press down on that object and I can just directly do it. And this is by clicking the left the left button, but then you can actually do it as a click and a half. You can just directly tap on your touchpad and you can drag. This also performs the same function. So some touchpad have something called hotspot locations on the touchpad used for functionality beyond mouse. So in some laptops you will be able to find a red color button which is wedged between the keypad keys, which basically is a hotpad, I mean a hot um, it is basically a hotspot thing, which is used as a substitute for the mouse. And then so I'll just tell you how the capacitive sensing works based on okay, so let's look about let's just see about conductive sensing first. So what happens in conductive sensing is, like in conductive sensing there are two layers of reduced. One layer has a horizontal set of wires and the other layer has a vertical set of wires. So there is a low conductivity material between the wire intersections so that the electricity does not flow between the wires. So when we press the touchpad at one particular point, the material basically gets thinner between the wires and allowing the flow of the electricity. So if this is if this is a horizontal set of wires and if this is a vertical set of wires, when the touchpad is pressed, the material gets thinner, and that's how the connection is made, and that's how the capacitor works. So when this sensing method is used, then any touchpad friendly object can be used to work on it. Capacitive sensing, this is a technology which is most commonly used nowadays. Capacitive sensors detect anything which is conductive or has dielectric properties. A body has the conductive properties, hence it works. This is not the case when you use a pencil. So we have conductive properties in our fingers. So basically that's the reason why it works when you use our fingers on the touchpad, and it does not work when you use a pencil because it does not have those conducting properties. From the position, the capacitors which are charging and discharging at any point of time, the coordinates of the point of touch is determined. So this is how basically the touchpad works, and this is it for my second experiment in fundamentals of human computer interaction. Thank you for watching.